a theist or an atheist?
I definitely believe in God.
What tradition do you belong to?
I'm a Roman Catholic.
Where do you find God present in your life right now?
I think with, my church and, some of my friends and my family, definitely.
Okay, do you only find him in, like, good places, or do you see God in bad places? Say, for example, like liquor stores or stuff like that.
Well, I've never been to a liquor store, but I'd imagine that God is... He's within us when we are in a bad place, but he's around us when we are in a good place.
Okay. And what people or things help your search for God?
I think my parents. My parents definitely helped me. My teachers. Local priests, Father Caruso. Anyone who's ever, been part of my relationship with God.
Okay, and are there any obstacles that get in your way, like with your relationship with God? Or,
Definitely the media, because it kind of creates like a double standard of how a teenager should act versus like the actual like right way to act around other people and just even in general.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Duda.
No problem.
So, Zeb, you're known as an agnostic, is that true?
Yes, that's true.
What events make you, like, doubt that there is a God?
Well, events haven't doubted me. It's just the lack of events that have showed me or proven to me that there is a God.
Oh, so you believe there is a God?
I'm not sure. That's why I'm agnostic.
Oh, okay, I see. So are there any people that like influence your religious decisions, like parents? Do they like? Wait, are your parents Catholic?
Both of my parents are Christian.
Oh, they're both Christian. Okay, so do they like pressure you into believing that there is a God, and sometimes you're just like, I don't know?
No, they don't pressure me at all.
Okay, so they just kind of let you go with your own decisions as far as faith, right?
Basically, because they feel something like that should it should go on its own path in nature, and that something like that can't be forced upon. You can force somebody to believe in a religion, that it has to be brought upon the individual on its own.
Okay. Alright, thank you.
Alright.
Okay. Ms. Bresnahan, where do you find God present in St. Ignatius and outside of St. Ignatius?
I find God in the children here, the kindness I see them extend to each other. I find in my grandchildren, my beautiful grandchildren, and in just everyday things that I see people doing for other people.
Okay. And are there any obstacles, like sometimes that make you doubt that God exists, like events? So, say for example, like 9/11 or something like that. Does it like make your faith weaker?
No, it doesn't. I think because I think of those events as being man-made, and I think of God as being the strength to help us through those events. I don't blame God for the things that man does.
And are there any like influential people in your life that strengthen your search for God, or like help you find God easier? So priest or friends or anyone?
I think my religion does help. Over the years, my training and to look, going to Mass every Sunday helps me reconnect with God. And even this past Sunday, that was the topic of conversation, was that, and where you find God. And I think that's probably, and the people I've met, relatives of mine, who, when I remember them, I think of how strong their faith was, and I try to follow that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
My search for God all began when I came to Ignatius as a freshman in the fall of 2009. God was someone that I didn't really know anything about because in Inglewood, where I'm from, it seems as though God doesn't exist. Every day I question myself, if God really exists, why does he let innocent people in my neighborhood get shot, stabbed, robbed, or raped? But then I sit back and think to myself even more and say, well, God isn't the one shooting or killing or doing all these bad things to these innocent people. These things are being done by humans and not God. So acts like these, along with technology like my cell phone or my MacBook, are oftentimes obstacles in the way of my relationship with God. It's people like my great group of friends at Ignatius and teachers who strengthen my relationship with him. The bottom line is this: God is not only found in church or in holy places. He is found in all places, even in the least expected, like my neighborhood, the place I call home and forever will, Inglewood. If you do not seek good, you will not find good. And remember, God is good. So in good, you find God.